call the September 11th, 2018 Board of Trustees meeting for Miami Township, Montgomery County to order. If everyone should stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Morris.
Here.
Mr. Barry.
Here.
Mr. Culp.
Here.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming. If you wish to address the Board of Trustees, we have a blue card that you fill out, and just give that to Captain Johnson, and we'll get you set up later on when we have addressing the board. We begin every meeting with the reading of the casualties. Mr. Barry.
Army Specialist Gabriel Condi, Operation Freedom Sentinel, April 30th, 2018, 22 of Loveland, Colorado, assigned to the 3rd Battalion, 509th Infantry Regiment, 4th Infantry Brigade, Combat Team, 25th Infantry Division at Joint Base Elmdorf, Richardson, Alaska. Army Staff Sergeant Conrad Robinson, Operation Iraqi Freedom, May 24, 2018, 36 of Los Angeles, California, assigned to the 155th Medical Detachment, 261st Medical Battalion, 44th Medical Brigade, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Army Staff Sergeant Alexander Conrad, U.S. Africa Command Operations, June 8, 2018, 26 of Chandler, Arizona, assigned to the 1st Battalion, 3rd Special Forces Group, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Petty Officer First Class Matthew Hosmer, U.S. Africa Command Operations, June 17, 2018, assigned to Camp Lemonnier. No further details available. Army Sergeant First Class Raymond Transfugation, Operation Freedom Sentinel, August 12, 2018, 36 of Waikoloa, Hawaii, assigned to the 3rd Battalion, 1st Special Forces Group at Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington. Command Sergeant Major Timothy Boyard, Operation Freedom Sentinel, September 3rd, 2018, 42 of Fountain, West Virginia, assigned to the 3rd Squadron, 1st Security Force Assistant Brigade, Fort Benning, Georgia. Staff Sergeant Devanjo Soniston, Operation Freedom Sentinel, September 4, 2018, 32, National City, California, assigned to the 1st Stryker Brigade Combat Team, 4th Infantry Division, Fort Carson, Colorado.
Deputy Sheriff Aaron P. Roberts, 35, Greene County Sheriff's Office, Missouri, end of watch, September 7th, 2018. Police Officer Kurt R. Ricks III, 24, Montgomery Police Department, Louisiana, end of watch, September 7th, 2018. K-9 Boko, 6, Lincoln Parish Sheriff's Office, Louisiana, end of watch, August 17th, 2018. K-9 Smokey, 3, Nowata Police Department, Oklahoma, end of watch, August 28th, 2018. K-9 Neal, 3, Refugio County Sheriff's Office, Texas, end of watch, September 1st, 2018. K-9 Grunt, 8, Refugio County Sheriff's Office, Texas, end of watch, September 1st, 2018. And K-9 Rocky, 8, Riverhead Police Department, New York, end of watch, September 2nd, 2018.
Thank you, Captain Johnson. If we could also recognize that this is the 17th anniversary of 9/11, on which day we lost 2,996 lives, of which 412 were emergency responders, 343 firefighters, and those that continue to struggle with the conditions that they encountered on that day. We could observe a moment of silence. Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Morris.
Aye.
Mr. Barry.
Aye.
Mr. Culp.
Aye.
Now move into department reports.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have nothing tonight. Unless you have any questions, I will turn it over to Captain Johnson.
Thank you, Chief. Board, you have a packet in front of you. This is Ohio Division of Liquor Control. Just an application for a liquor license transfer from Homewood Suites by Hilton to HWS Contemporary, same address, 3100 Contemporary Lane, Miami Township. We find no reason to contest this permit, therefore I respectfully recommend that the board passes a motion approving the transfer of this liquor permit. And I do not request a hearing of the Ohio Department of Liquor Control in this matter. Thank you.
No questions for Captain Johnson. Mr. Mayberry.
Good evening, Board. I don't have any items for the Board tonight, but I do want to thank Mr. Snyder for the item that he will be discussing in his time, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have in relation to that discussion.
No further questions. Mr. Snyder.
Good evening, Board. I have one formal item for your review tonight. This is Resolution 91-2018. This is a resolution pursuant to the discussions that we've previously held regarding the institution of no truck zones on Cranes Run, Shepherd, and Medler Road within the unincorporated area of the township, as well as imposing a 35-mile-per-hour speed limit on those roads and the imposition of a 25-mile-per-hour speed limit within all the public roadways within Austin Landing. Pursuant to our contract with the City of Miamisburg through the Austin Center JED in the City of Springboro, the City of Miamisburg may utilize its municipal powers only upon consultation with the JED board and with Miami Township to impose speed limits or, in this case, truck zones. So through the JED board, the JED Austin Center Joint Economic Development District did today pass Resolution 2-2018, requesting that the City of Miamisburg utilize its municipal powers upon consultation with the township to impose the no through truck zones, as well as the speed limits as identified on the exhibit that you have in your packets. So Resolution 91 would be the concurrence of the township to also make that request formally of the City of Miamisburg. Neither the township nor the JED are the ones actually regulating this or using their powers to do this. So it will be through the city's powers to establish the speed limits and establish the truck zones. So the specific regulations would be adopted by the city, not by the township. So if there are any questions, you do have an exhibit in your packet that shows the locations of the proposed areas. Certainly, we've had consultation with the Public Works Department and the Police Department regarding these restrictions, and certainly open to any questions that the board may have. So,
I would like to object to the 35-mile-an-hour speed limit on Medler Road. I think that's way too slow.
I believe that was 5.
The map I originally saw, it said 5 miles an hour. So we got to adjust up to 35. I think we need to bump it another 20.
we'll have to look for that asterisk on the road there somewhere. So.
Well, it's normally moving.
Perhaps for Mr. Berry's benefit, who will be in charge of enforcement of these new rules?
The Miami Township Police Department. They hang out on Medler all the time. The chief will be out there.
If you have nothing further for Mr. Snyder, Mr. Hinkleman.
I have nothing formal for the board this evening. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Mr. McCord.
Good evening, Board. I have one item, Resolution 090-2018. It's a request from the county auditor to accept the rates and amounts determined by the County Budget Commission with regards to the tax levies that will be in place to be collected in calendar year 2019. And the supporting detail is in your packet.
Other questions? Mr. President, I turn it back over to you.
Mr. McCord, did you find any surprises in what they gave us?
No. It does look a little different, though, from previous years because of the 2 levies that are on the ballot. Those come in as a 0 balance, but the certification that came in for the ballot initiatives will serve as a substitute should those pass on November 6th.
Thank you. All right, we'll now open the public comment period. Does anybody wish to address the board? Seeing none, we will close the public public comment period. I will make a motion to approve the liquor permit for Homewood Suites.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Morris?
Aye.
Mr. Berry?
Aye.
Mr. Culp?
Aye.
You want to read the traffic one, because I don't like that.
So I'll make a resolution to pass Resolution 09, I'll make a motion to pass Resolution number 091 dash, am I reading the right one? 2018?
Yep.
Yeah. A resolution requesting the city of Miamisburg, Ohio to use its municipal powers to regulate traffic within the Austin Center Joint Economic Development District. Whereas, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Township Trustees of Miami Township, Montgomery County, Ohio, that Section 1, Section 2, and Section 3, Section 4.
I'll second. Any discussion?
Mr. Morris?
Aye.
Mr. Berry?
Aye.
Mr. Culp?
Aye.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 090-2018. A resolution to accept the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorize the necessary tax levies and certify them to the county auditor. Therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of Miami Township, Montgomery County, Ohio, that the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission in its certification be the same and hereby accepted, and be it further resolved, there being hereby levied on the tax duplicate of said township the rate of each tax necessary to be levied within and without the 10 mil limitation as listed on the attached documents, and be it further resolved, the fiscal officer of the board be and is hereby directed to certify a copy of this resolution to the county auditor of Montgomery County, Ohio.
I'll second. Any discussion?
Mr. Morris?
Aye.
Mr. Berry?
Aye.
Mr. Culp?
Aye.
All right, we have no public hearings scheduled. Elected officials' comments, Mr. Berry.
I have nothing this evening.
Mr. Culp.
I have none.
I would just like to ask Mr. Berry to thank the fire chief for giving us a monthly report, good detailed information in here, and, you know, it's information that the public needs to understand, that it appears the number of fire and EMS calls have gone up every year since 2013, and they are on pace to outpace last year. So it's great to have that level of service with our fire department, and they deserve our support. Also remind the board and all those who may be watching on YouTube that Construction is coming to the Dayton Mall. September 27th is Build Day. And for those of you who may have children or know people who play the video game Fortnite, one of the structures that will be constructed is directly out of that video game. So it's going to be pretty neat to see what the builders are going to make. And approximately 30,000 canned goods will be used in the 11 structures and will be donated to the food bank upon completion. So exciting event coming to Miami Township. Hope everybody can get to the mall between September 27th and October the 8th. Mr. Newell.
I have nothing.
Okay, with that, I will make a motion to adjourn into executive session at 6:13 for the purposes of to consider an appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 121.22 subsection G subsection 1.
Second.
Any discussion? All
Mr.
right.
Mr. Morris?
Aye.
Mr. Berry?
Aye.
Mr. Culp?
Aye.
We will not be talking about any other issues, so you're all welcome to say when we come out of executive session, we will be going into adjournment. Thank you all for coming.
6:36.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 6:36.